Well, hello once again, farming friends. Welcome back to another edition of Farming Simulator 2015 with me, your old buddy, Mr. Moose. Back today on Manchester, and we are on the beef farm, where today we have got to tend to our greenhouses a little bit before we head over to the BGA. You may remember yesterday, after we did the herbicide, realized this thing wasn't running, and it's pretty much because we've got too much chaff out the back of it. The greenhouse produces two things for you. You get your lettuce, of course, that comes out and you sell that off, and then it also has a byproduct, which is a little bit of chaff. And so you get about 10,000 liters before it fills all the way up, and you got to dump that out. And so that is where we are. Ooh, that did not turn as fast as I wanted it to. But that's where we're at now. We've put too much chaff out, and so we need to dump that off. So we're gonna have to get that out and haul it off, and do a few other things around here. Tend to the greenhouse itself, and if we have any time left over, then we will head up to the BGA and start clearing the BGA. So that is my goal for today anyways. So what else is going on? Let's see. That's sort of it. Yesterday we got all the herbicide done, so we are good to go in the fields. Moisture content looks pretty decent, so we'll probably have to spray on day 3, but not a whole lot going on with those fields. Day 4, we'll check the fertilizer, the N and PK levels, and see if we need to do any more fertilizing. But I think we're in pretty good shape. So right now we're on schedule to finish up this little bit of work here at the beef farm. Go do the BGA, and then on day 3 purchase field number 1 and get started on it. The mega field. Alright, so we gotta scoop up all this out of here, and we'll throw it in our trailer. If my bunker was empty, I would just go over and throw this into the bunker, which is my plan for the future with all this stuff. But I've got all that silage sitting over there in it, and that causes a problem. So we're gonna have to look at a solution for that too, because I'm definitely not going to use all that silage up anytime soon. Not with the number of cattle that we have. I think probably the solution is to clear the bunker out, put all of that into over into the bulk storage shed over there, and that way we free the bunker up. Not ideal. It's not really what you want to do in real life. In real life, you would have the bunker would stay full, and you would periodically go unwrap it, take a little bit out of it, and rewrap everything. But this is a video game, so we're gonna have to do things a little bit different. But yeah. Anyway, so that thing is started back up and running, and we'll get the rest of this out of here, get it hauled off. So we'll end up just hauling this up to the BGA, putting it in the BGA, and doing that. Start a bunker up there. And then we'll combine this with all of our corn that we'll be having, and we'll be able to get another load of silage done for the BGA. So let's get this done. So yesterday I talked a little bit about possibly doing a live stream last night, doing a little rockwood, doing a video on that. Of course, that all depended on how I felt. I didn't do much of anything yesterday. I went to the doctor, saw the doctor. He gave me some medicines. Came back home, zonked out for a little while. Got a little bit of sleep in me, and got back up. Played a couple hours of video games, went right back to bed. I just felt horrible yesterday. So, I feel a little bit better. Still a little bit congested. Part of that's my stupidity. I guess I slept so much over the weekend and yesterday as well that I could not sleep this morning at all. So 3 o'clock rolled around, was wide awake. 4 o'clock rolled around, I was wide awake. 5 o'clock rolled around, I got up, got dressed, went hunting for a little while with a buddy of mine, and saw some deer. Didn't see anything worth shooting. We were hunting on his property, not far from where we live, and it's not really a great area to hunt. It's average. The hunting down here in the area where I live is not really that great. You go 300 miles north and it's fantastic hunting, but down here, not really good. But it'll do in a pinch. So we went out, we saw a few deer. We didn't really see anything worth shooting. So we let them go, and saw a bunch of does. But unfortunately, no doe tags here, so couldn't really shoot anything. So did that this morning. Probably not the smartest thing to do with the fact that I've been under the weather, but at the same time, it was 65 degrees when we left the house this morning. So it's not like a lot of you guys who are going out and hunting in 40-degree weather or 30-degree weather or something like that. It's quite mild this time of year. So anyways, got me a chance to get out, walk around in the woods, mess around a little bit. I had intended to go up to my place on Monday and do some hunting, but just the way I felt, knowing I needed to go to the doctor and all that other stuff, kind of blew that off. I'll get up there. Alright, so we're going to haul this up to the BGA and dump it off. A little over 10,000 liters. And we'll put that into the BGA, into the bunker there. And that'll get us started. When we do our corn harvest, we'll obviously put more in there. And then I'll probably... Oh, what I'll do about that silage that's in the bunker there at the beef farm. I'll either automate that to get moved, or I'll do it myself. Might not be on a video when I do it, but I'll get it done. Again, I got some comments the other day when I did all the work in the BGA from some people about, why don't you do that with Courseplay? I could do that with Courseplay. I've done it quite a few times on other maps on Courseplay. But with the setup that I have now, it's a lot of fun. It really, doing it with the front loader is pretty fun, and I enjoy it. So I get burned out on it and eventually go back to doing it on Courseplay. Especially if I got too much stuff going on to deal with it. But for right now, it's fun, and I'd rather do the loader work than automate it. So it's kind of like one of my favorite things to do in the game right now. Where it used to be bale stacking. I used to love doing bale stacking. But right now front loader work is pretty cool. So mucking out things, and transference and stuff, pretty fun. So might keep on doing that. Definitely going to do some more in this video here coming up. So yeah, if front loader work bores you, I'm going to be boring you in a little bit here. Alright, so we'll spread this out. Get it dumped out a little bit here. There we go. And we'll head back to the farm. And get things situated there. I don't know what I'm going to do with that conveyor. I really just need to get... I'll probably move it somewhere. I could use it to move stuff, but again, it's the shovel work is what's fun. So it served a purpose in the beginning when we needed something, but we didn't have money to do a whole bunch of other stuff. But we're past that point, and I think it probably goes by the wayside, maybe, or just gets moved, and if we ever need it, we'll have it. It might not hurt to have around for something. Alright. So I thought about picking up these 3 fields to the right here when I was talking about spending a little bit of money to get some fields. But as much money as we made off of the BGA, we're just going to jump straight into field 1. We can always get these at a later date. But everybody wants to do field 1, so... that's where we're going to be headed next. Within the next couple of episodes for sure. I got to do some grass mowing. That's got to get done. And that's something I will probably do like in a live stream. That way I can mow grass and chat with you guys. Which I need to check this field here and see how it is doing. Because it's funny, we planted this for grass way back when. And I've yet to mow it, just because everything else I've been doing. But now that I need some grass, I need to get that going. I need to get to where I'm mowing that every couple of days. Every time it's ready to mow, I need to be mowing it. Because I do plan on really upping the number of cattle that we have on the farm. Both dairy and the beef. And once we get pigs, that'll be that much more that needs to be taken care of. So, yeah, we definitely need to get mowing operations going on a regular basis and get that taken care of. Even if it means we bring Sven in and let him do some mowing. So, yeah. That's on the plate to do. Alright, so we'll take this guy. I need to work a little bit. Actually, I need that trailer one more time. Our seed count is down in the teens, I guess, on the lettuce facility, so we need to go get a trailer of seed and throw that in there. And it'll be our first time to go harvest seed out of our seed facility. Probably need to go back into the map editor and massage this. Take out a little bit more grass. Take out that tree right there. I might do that one day this week. Get that taken care of. Alright, so we grab a little bit of seed. This thing auto dumps, so there's no way to start. You can't pull underneath it and start, or pull underneath it and stop. So as soon as you pull underneath one of these, you're going to start getting stuff out of it. So just keep that in mind. I think it's 16,000 seeds so far. That's not bad. I think I'm going to grab about 8 this go round. And call that a load. I don't want to get too much again to where I can't use this trailer for other things. So let's pull off at about 8,000. Looks like we got some tomatoes grown. We're out of manure there. It's a little bit of work we've got to do around here. who knows, we might not have time to get to the BGA today. That might be something that goes into another live stream. Alright, so offload this. Let's see. Comments wise, so look, let's talk a little bit about contest giveaways. Guys, don't make too much out of these giveaways. They're DLC things. If you've already got the DLC things, well, obviously you don't need them, so don't worry about it. And don't think that you've got to win something just because I'm giving something away. I won't even do them. I'll just keep them. And if people are going to be crazy about this stuff, some of the comments I got yesterday, some of them frustrated me, just from just pure ignorance. And the rest of them, maybe didn't quite understand or got a little enthusiastic about things. Look, again, it's just trinkets. They're little tokens. They're not really anything fancy. I'm not giving away a PlayStation. I'm not giving away a car. I'm giving away a DLC pack that's a couple of bucks. So if you already have all the DLC packs, then, sorry. It's not going to be something that it goes to you. It's just a little something nice that I do for those who might not have. If you've already got it, good. But don't beat me up for something else. I don't even have to do this. I'm just being nice and doing a little something, as part of the holiday season. Don't ruin it by being petty. If you've got everything, be thankful that you have those things, and appreciate the fact that somebody's helping other people out that may not have it. So don't get to the point where you're like, well, I already have that stuff, why can't you give something else away? Okay, I'll give you a lump of coal if you want it. But yeah, don't get smart with me over it. I got one that was pretty crass, I will say. And, pointed out that the things I was giving away didn't necessarily have a lot of value to them. And that's fine. If you're in a situation where you've got plenty of money and you go out and buy whatever you want to, then you don't need me to give you anything. But if you're 10 years old or 12 years old and mom didn't really want to buy you the DLC pack for something, or you have to judge between getting a DLC pack and getting something else that you wanted, then, the fact that somebody's going to give that to you, it might actually mean something to you. So, just be appreciative of the fact that somebody's doing something, and, understand it's not necessarily what's given away, it's the spirit in which it's being given away. And again, if you can't use it, don't ask for it. And don't play this game with me where, well, can I get something else instead of that? No, I'm going to be pretty clear about what I'm giving away when I give it away. And if you can't use it, you can't use it. Don't try to win it. If I'm giving away Farm Sim DLCs and you've already got all of them, then it doesn't make sense for you to even try to win the contest. And I'll give away what I have, and when they're gone, that'll be the end of it. So, we'll do whatever. Alright. So yeah, chill out on the giveaway stuff. We're going to do it. It's for fun. and to maybe get some DLCs to some people who don't have them. Don't blow it up and make it into something it's not. All right. So, other comments. Somebody said something about there is a Mistermoose impersonator out there, which I think is highly funny. That somebody would take the time to do that. I guess, what is it? Copy is the most sincere form of flattery, or whatever it is. Impersonating, or whatever. I think it's hilarious. So, look, it's not the most bizarre thing that happens out there. I mean, Fishing Planet, there was somebody who spoofed me in there and put their own name or their own take on my name, and it looked pretty good. Whoever did it was pretty good. They used some sort of weird characters to make their name look exactly like mine, and they of course went in there and bad-mouthed people and stuff and tried to make me look bad. It's sort of funny. The fact that somebody would go through the trouble to do that cracks me up. There we go. Here's the dump. Alright, so that is completely full. And we should be making plenty of lettuce now. I need to get a little manure and put that into the other facility now. It's crazy, the things that happen, the emails that I get. My favorite is when I get things on Facebook. Especially little kids that cuss me out on Facebook. That's the best. Is when you send me a note on Facebook and you cuss me out, but you have your real name and your picture and all those goodies, and then like in your friends is your mom and your grandmother, so that I can copy and paste, or I can take a screenshot of exactly what you wrote, and then I can send that to your mom and say, hey, are you aware of the things that your son is saying on the internet, or your daughter is saying on the internet? Thought you might want to know. Yeah, they get a real kick out of that. Which is nice when you find parents that actually do care. There are parents out there that don't care, but when you send somebody one and they're like, holy cow, I can't believe my kid did that, and then they make the kid apologize to you, that's just great. That reminds me like of the days when I was a kid, like you do something stupid and your parents would make you go to those people and apologize to them. Oh man, I used to hate that stuff. So, yeah. When I was a little kid, I hang out with some questionable people. And this is like when I was 8 years old. I stole 2 pieces of chewing gum. Super Bubba chewing gum. And my mom found out. And she made me go back to the store, return the gum. I didn't even chew it. I had it, you know. My mom made me take it back and return the gum and apologize to the man. That was absolute worst. Guess what? I never stole anything after that. 2 pieces of chewing gum. Got my butt whipped so hard. And the whipping was nothing. Having to be humiliated and go in there and apologize to that man and hand him that gum back was just, yeah, that was the worst. I was like just completely humiliated. And there were people in there that I knew when I had to go in there and do it. Yeah. Great. Now I'm labeled a thief. 8 years old. And the sad thing was, I probably had the money to pay for that gum. It was just the kids I was with at the time. Bad influence. Alright, looks like we got some pretty good things of strawberries, so we might as well, while we're doing all this stuff, catch these strawberries and put them away. So we'll do that, and then we'll head up to the BGA for the last 30 minutes of the video. Yeah, I kind of got a kick out of that. I got another little kid that Facebooked me, and yeah, was real polite. Little pudgy kid. I gotta figure out who his mother is and send her a nice little email as well. See if she'll respond back. I'm kind of enjoying that side of it. Busted! Didn't think I'd turn around and do that, did you now? It's the little things that give me joy. You act like a jerk on chat, I'll boot you and ban you. You send me a text message on Facebook cussing me out, calling me names. Oh yeah. That'll get back. You'll get yours. And don't think I didn't take just immense joy in doing it. I laughed the whole time I was doing it. It's like that little giggle like, I'm gonna get you. Oh, you're gonna hate me so much more after this. Oh man, it was great. Let's see, strawberries are in this last one with the oranges. Here we go. And those are dumped. Good, good, good. Alright, while we're here, let's do this. Let's look at this field so I know where it's at. Let's see. It needs some loving. Definitely needs, oh, it's got way too much moisture in it. The manure sure did its job. Let's see, we need to come in here and put probably just a little NPK down on it. So we'll bring the dry fertilizer spreader over and run through it one time with a little NPK before we mow it. And we'll get those numbers up a little bit. Doesn't look like it's got any weeds in it at all, so that's good. Alright. Good to know, good to know. So we'll do that before I mow it. Because as you can see, grass is sort of getting low. We don't have that big, huge honking mound like we used to have. So, might as well pick up the tomatoes while we're doing this real quick. And I should look at the rest of the levels here. Come back. Let's see, 67, 49 on water, plenty of manure. Hey, come on. 25% on fertilizer, so I need to hit some water and fertilizer into that one eventually. I'm not going to do it today. Alright. Let's see, still filling up with tomatoes. Nice. Alright. Alright, now we can dump this off. And be done with all this stuff. What else is happening? So I think today I'm going to pick up a new game tonight. Tonight at, well, I think it's tonight. Oh great, now I'm stuck. Really? So this is awesome. Alright, should be able to back out now. There we go. What is hanging up? It's the trailer, I guess. Oh, great. Now it's going to tump over. Oh, I've gotten myself into a mess here. Oh, this is beautiful, Moose. Way to go, buddy. You have just completely hosed this one. Okay, note to self, never try that move ever again. Not with the front loader on this thing. Just go straight through the warehouses like you normally do. Because it seems to work out that way. What you tried to do didn't work. That was completely wrong. Alright, so into this one we go. And get our little thing, dump it out. So anyway, there's a new game coming out tonight, I believe it is, called City Economy. And basically it's like a city services simulator. I think I'm going to pick it up just for giggles. See how it is. And it's a little on the expensive side for what it is, though. I think it's like $24.99, I think was the price I saw on it. And I think that's, I mean, just looking at the gameplay on it from the beta, it seems a little expensive. I'm thinking it should be more like around $15. But again, it's one of those things I might pick up just for some content for the channel, just for something to do different during like live streams and stuff. Because it does seem like it's a pretty neat concept. You basically go through and do all the jobs that you would do around to keep a city clean, and basically to encourage more inhabitants of your community or whatever you want to call it. So I might pick up a copy of that. I think I'm gonna do it tonight. If it comes out for certain tonight. You know, there's no price tag listed on it, though. I read on the developers page what they were quoting they were gonna charge, and you know, after looking at some gameplay on it, everything, I think it might be something interesting to do. You got to go around, collect garbage, and mow grass, pump out the septics on houses, which is interesting. Usually that's a private enterprise does that. Not normally part of a city's operations. But yeah. I think what else is on there to do? Street cleaning, stuff like that. So something I might pick up. I'm curious about it. I was gonna get the I thought about getting the Tom Clancy Rainbow Six Siege. I don't know, man. I've got so many other games now. I'm not really sure that $60, well, $89 if you want to get the season pass, but I'm not really so sure that $60 spent right now on that is really where I want to spend my money. In that I play so many other games already. It's like, do I really need another FPS? Especially since I've been playing so much Fallout. And then Arma 3, waiting on the, here's the deal with Arma. I've told you guys about the server getting wiped and all that other stuff. The new latest headlines from the Arma folks is, or from the developers of Exile, is no update until Arma updates. And Arma sent them a note a couple of days ago that basically said they had run into some problems with their update. It would be 2 to 3 weeks before Arma updates, which means Exile's not updating for another couple of weeks. So I don't even expect an Exile update until after the first of the year. So it'll be after the first of the year when they do that update. When they do that update, I do plan on doing some base building and A little bit of, you know, basically starting from scratch in Arma, and you know, leveling, not really leveling, but acquiring money, acquiring weapons, building your base, what all's involved with that. So I'll probably do a little video on that. Most of y'all already know a lot of that stuff, but I thought I'd go through it and do it for those who might still be wondering about Arma and some of the other mods that are out there. Don't necessarily see too many people build bases in Arma in their videos. Alright, so we'll fill this guy up and let it run a little bit, do its thing. Alright, that's got to run a little bit. Let's see, while that runs, why don't we jump over to the main farm and we'll grab that dry feeder. And these guys are walking again on me. It's really annoying. Really annoying. I'm going to sell this guy off. I never use it, so we're going to sell it off because I am going to pick up another tractor when we start field 1. The 1050s will plow fine, but the seeder that I'm going to use, I don't know that they'll pull it that well. The John Deere actually pulls it pretty good. The 1050s would probably pull it really well. Yeah, I'm not even paying attention to what I'm doing. The 1050s would probably pull it with no problem. But I'm thinking about just getting a big, huge, honking, like, articulating tractor or something. And using that to work over there on field 1. Up our operations a little bit. And I'm thinking about making a couple of other little changes on the farm. I may get rid of the crone forage harvester that we're using. May get rid of it and bring in a bigger one, because the one we do have is that contest version, and it's the smaller, you know, it's small. It's not really meant for a bigger operation. It was more of a small operation for little farms, but with us moving into a whole lot more units and bigger farms, I might need a bigger unit. Might need a couple of them. So I'm thinking I may ditch that one and get a bigger one. Alright. And I don't need lime. What am I doing here, buddy? Back up, back up, back up, back up. It's not lime that I need fertilizer. So let's see if we can change this over to NPK. That's what we want. And we will head over to the field and throw that out. So we're going to run over to our grass field and spread a little fertilizer on it. I don't want to do wet fertilizer because that is already 80% moist over there. How it is so moist, I have no clue, but yeah. It's definitely got plenty of moisture on it, so we don't have to worry about that. How we gotta do the orange trees too today, or at some point they gotta be done. Alright. It's getting to that point where there's enough to just keep you busy on this farm, and I like that. hate when you get to a situation like on Sosnovka, when you're just starting out and all you can do is plant harvest, plant harvest, plant harvest, and you end up just like having to fast track through the entire day because there's nothing else to do once you get it planted. I like to have something to do for a little bit prior to, you know, fast tracking the day. Really like to make sure that you're optimizing the entire day. You know, get yourself a good full day's worth of work done. Because that's when the game's fun, you know. Alright, auto find that. Get that over there. Bring this all the way over so that the red line meets the fence. There we go. Alright, so back this thing up a little bit. Come on around. And we'll start spreading a little fertilizer on this field. And that way, when we do start to mow it, it will be right. Great, I got that blue fertilizer again. Oh well. Alright, get this spread. That'll give our BGA a little bit of time to dump. I want this taken care of. So as far as the giveaways go, last thing I'll say on that is this. We'll probably start tomorrow night. I know I mentioned maybe tonight or maybe on the 1st, but I think I'm going to wait until tomorrow, start during the Sosnovka live stream. That'll be our first giveaway we do. And then probably, you know, start doing something every day after that. And like I said, most of the giveaways will be done during live streams. There will be some giveaways that I do out of the videos. Like if I was going to give something away, I would tell you guys right now for this particular video to comment and say something, give you a word to put in there or something else like that, you know, just as an entry. And then I would say I'd give it a time frame, you know, between the time it posted and X amount of time the next day. You could enter into it, and then I would draw out the winner and announce the winner in the next day's video. So that would be what I would do if I do it as a video entry. But for now, the first few will probably be during the live stream. It's just easier to do it during the live stream, but at the same time I know that will limit a lot of people from participating because not everybody can watch the live stream. So like I said, I want to try and just out of generosity give some stuff to those people that, you know, have been with me since we started this thing back in February. I did happen to see it started in February, so I couldn't remember when I did it. It was like the last days of February. It may have been like the 27th of February, I think, is when I started this channel. So appreciate everybody who's been watching and supporting it. We're creeping up on 9,000 subscribers, which is awesome. I feel like I've been almost at 9,000 subscribers now for like 2 months. Landy and I were talking about it the other day. I seem to have thought that I like hit 9,000 and already, and but I at least thought I had hit like a certain number, was like really close to 9, and then all of a sudden, like I lost a whole bunch of subscribers. I don't know, but it just seems like I've been floating right under 9,000 for quite a while now. But hopefully we'll hit that soon and make our way up towards 10 and keep on going from there. It's certainly a lot of fun to do, and the live streams are fun, getting to interact with you guys, so I'm having fun with it, so I'll keep doing it as long as it's fun. Alright. Alright. Let's back this thing in. Oops. Let it get away from me there. Come on back. Oh. Alrighty. Put that there. Pop that off. I will park this guy again because I really don't need it right now. Just want to get that fertilizer done. That's probably what I'll do, is do the I still need to go get the oranges out of the orchard. I can do that. I can do that right before we fast track time. I want to get the BGA done for sure though, and get it dumped. Yeah, I just don't understand why these fence, and like I said, I changed the tire pressure in them, or the tire mass in those, to try to get them to stop walking, and I think, they're not nearly as bad as they were, but they're still moving quite a bit. And because this guy was parked all the way back here in the corner against the wall, and it has walked far enough forward so it's opening the door. This one as well has walked far enough forward to open the door. So, not sure why they're doing it. And at this point, I'm out of solutions. I've done everything I could think of, everything I've read on the internet as far as taking plow scripts out of it and taking out other things, changing out the mass on the wheels, all that stuff. I just can't seem to get it to fix and correct itself. So, oh yeah, quite a bit cleared out during that time. Alright. So we'll spend what time we got left just working the BGA here and loading it up. And I'll speed time up a little bit so that we can just keep doing this. So I think what I found the other day was load it all the way up, get it completely full, and then once it was all full and ready to fast track time, or turn up the speed and let time do its thing, rather than put it like on 5 and let it just keep running and click away time. There we go. So we'll come in here, dump that load, and fill her up. I also thought about picking up Construction Simulator while it was on sale. But again, I'm just, at some point I got to draw the line on how many games I buy. It's like, how many games are you actually going to play? But two, a lot of the stuff I have is just tired. I've been playing it so much that not much of it keeps me interested that much. Believe it or not, I look at my games list and go, not really in the mood. Not really in the mood. Nope, 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 nada, no. And Farm Sim, I love Farm Sim. I love playing it every day. But I have to be careful not to play too much of it and burn myself out on it, since, it's content for the channel and do it every day. If I played 8 hours a day on it, and on Landy's server and everything else like that, I might burn myself out on it. So I have to be careful. I have to go play when I want to do something. I got to play something different, you know. Fallout has been refreshing, but even with the Fallout thing, I'll be honest with you. There's times when I sit down on the computer and go, nope, not in for the Fallout. Sometimes you just want mindless games to play, and that's what I love about Farm Sim is. It's just laid back, a mindless game to play when you're doing it. You don't have to really think about what you're doing so much. You can just come in here, do your farming, have fun, be entertained, and there's no stress involved. Like you're not stressing out like killing a boss or something like that, or completing a mission or a task or something else like that. Like like Dirt Rally or something like that. It's you're pushing to get the best time and everything, and you make one little mistake and it gets you all frustrated, and you reset and you do it over, and you mess up again. Same thing with the other games. So yeah. Which I guess I told you guys I picked up Project Cars. I played that for a little bit yesterday when I got up and gamed a little bit. That game's pretty fun. I gotta admit, I'm not. It definitely has its stress moments in it, so it's not one of those mindless games, but it's pretty fun. Yesterday I actually started. I got all my controls dialed in and got everything set up the way I like it, and figured out a few of the settings. And things not to turn on, like don't turn on the steering assist, do not turn on the braking assist, or it will just slam the brakes on you all the time, and you won't be a real happy camper. If you want to charge hard into a corner, and you'll be wondering like, why am I braking here? I was really frustrated and finally figured out that had been turned on by default, and I was like, okay, why am I giving it gas and I'm not going anywhere? And it turned out that the brake assist on, and the computer thought I should be braking when I thought I should be accelerating, and it was really getting annoying. But I started career mode yesterday and started out in the little go-karts, and man, that's a blast! A lot of fun. Those little shiftable 125cc shiftable go-karts are awesome. They're a lot of fun. I'm finding out now my situation is dialing the AI in to where the AI is competitive, but not too competitive. Where I got them set when I first started was way too low. I was ending up the race like 30-45 seconds ahead of the closest AI. Well, I just dumped a whole bunch of money on the ground. So I had to really sit there and adjust it, and then I got it to where the AI was too aggressive and they were like knocking me off the course. So it took a little time to dial it all in. I think I've got it to where they're competitive but they're not OP, to where I can compete with them while I'm still learning the ins and outs of the game. So crazy is at one point you can go from go-karts to you'll get invited to drive like a Ford Focus at Sonoma, and you get so used to the handling of that go-kart, moving into that Focus, it's like driving a brick on the road. It presents a whole new challenge for you. Get in there. Forward, yeah. So, it's been fun. I also picked up the Crew, the Wild Run edition, and I have to say, I think I'm at a little loss because I didn't play the Crew. I just jumped in with Wild Run because I had seen some other people play it, and it looked pretty interesting. I started playing it, and it I don't know, the beginnings on it, sort of like the tutorial mode or the getting started mode on it. It just seems like there's not enough there. Which there's not much you need to learn other than how the game operates. But the storyline, like, I did not realize there was a storyline to it. I thought you just jumped in it and you started playing and running around racing and street racing, stuff like that, and like the more you street race, the more money you made and the more toys you could buy and things of that nature. That was my expectations going into it. I did not realize you were going to jump in and there was a whole storyline you had to do and play along with it. So I spent a little time in it, getting used to it. Going from Project Cars to it is totally different. And, you know, knowing when to do stunts and challenges and stuff like that, like, sometimes that stuff gets in the way to me. I just want to do the storyline thing and get done with it so that I can go around and do the other stupid stuff. I'd rather not all this stuff appear while I'm trying to do something else. And then there's part of the storyline thing was a little frustrating to me because, and again, maybe it's because I'm just now jumping into it and didn't play the beginning and don't understand maybe some of the gameplay in it, but it seemed like you had a storyline to do and they start throwing all these different options at you as what you can go complete or what task you can go do. And it was like there's no rhyme or reason to what you should go do. Maybe I'm missing something. Maybe there's like a color scheme or something that I should actually go do first. Got a little frustrated. I thought I was going through the progression of, you know, when it comes up, go do it. And I got a little mission out in the Midwest to go do some sort of like hill climb or hill run or something like that. And you got to drive to it. So I drove all the way over to it. And just as I get there, the little chick calls me on the telephone and says, you know, I'm not going to be responsible for picking you up off the asphalt. You need to go get more skills before you try this. I'm like, great, I'm here. Why did I just drove all the way across the country to get here. I'm not going back to Detroit just to get more skill. I'm going to go ahead and attempt this. Seems sort of silly. That was sort of frustrating to me that it does little things like that. There should be, I don't know, seems like maybe there should be something that tells you, yeah, don't go try that. And maybe there is, because maybe it's like the diamonds are colored different. I don't know, I gotta go do a little bit more research into it and figure it all out, because it just seems like maybe I missed something somewhere. I might reset the whole thing and start over from scratch and go in there. I'm really tired of games and networks too. I'll tell you this. To play it, of course, I've got to sign up for Ubisoft's network. I'm really getting tired of having to create accounts on every single network. If you're on this game, you got to be on this network. If you're on this game, you got to get on that network. Like, if you're on Steam, you got to be on Steam for this game. But then, if you play an EA game, you got to get on Origin. And if you're on Ubisoft, you got to get on Ubisoft's network. And you got to create profiles on all these networks. And it's getting old. Getting tiresome. Having to have all these profiles out there. And what's really tiresome is everybody's using my name on all these different networks. Come on now. Seriously? Are there that many Mistermooses in the world? And I went through several different variations of how to do Mistermoose on Ubisoft. And none of them worked. I mean, changing all the characters in it, and Mistermoose 1 was copied, Mistermoose 01 was already in use. I mean, seriously, are there that many people going by the name Mistermoose? I didn't know it. I was kind of shocked. I think I went through 10 different variations of Mistermoose before I just gave up and said, you know what? I'm done with it. I'll just pick something at random that nobody will use, like Fred Flintstone or something, and just go from that. So, but yeah, and I hate that you set up a profile on Ubisoft and you can use that profile, has to be used on every single game you play. Let's say you set up a Ubisoft profile for Tom Clancy's game for Rainbow Six, and you call yourself Elite Sniper, but you don't want to be Elite Sniper in the crew. I don't know. Hate all those networks. I hate having to be on every single network, and they all want to run in the background on your computer and bog your computer down. So you've got to go in there and change the settings so that when you shut the game down, it shuts that particular network down. And of course, they don't like that. Ugh. Are you really sure you want to shut our network down? Because we really want to bloat your computer down. Steam's the worst. Or actually, Origin is the worst. Steam's pretty bad, but Origin's, ugh, man. That thing, it wants to check for update. It wants to start before everything else on your computer even gets started. I mean, it wants complete priority. And then it's always got to check for updates, and it seems like it updates every single day. It is the worst. It's one of those where I regret that I have any games on that network. It's almost like when I built my new rig, I went forever without having it on here until a buddy of mine just begged me to play some Command and Conquer with him one day. And I was like, man, I got to get the Origin set up on my computer just to play that game. Really? Do you have to play that today? Come on, man. Come on. I got 2 other people want to play. Okay. And then, of course, the struggle began. Are you really sure you don't want us to run this program at startup and every minute of the freaking day? Yes, I'm sure. You know, that's not good for your Origin account. You really want to leave this on here. What's funny to me is I've had Origin's account actually, I've had it deactivated so it wouldn't come on, and start up at startup. And I've had it go in there and change itself and make itself start up at startup before. It's like you did an update to a game and they snuck it in there. Oh, we're updating this game, and while we're at it, we're going to change the settings so that Origin starts when your computer starts. I was like, why is that running all of a sudden? Oh, it's because Origin went in there and on their own they flipped it back. I guess y'all can tell I'm not a big fan of Origin. But they ran a heck of a deal on Command and Conquer. Yeah. I mean, I've got it for Battlefield and a couple other things too, but Command and Conquer was the biggest thing. I think they had the entire Command and Conquer series on sale for like $7 one time. I was like, oh, can't beat that. I put all these discs away. But yeah, I don't know. It seems like every software company has decided, oh, we've got to have our own network, and you know, you got to log in to play a game now. Whatever happened to the good old days of being able to play offline? How many games do you buy these days that actually will let you play offline? I don't think you can play the crew offline. Can't play the hunter offline. Even though you can play single player mode on the hunter, which this really irritates me. The hunter, you should be able to play single player offline, but it won't let you. I guess because it wants to calculate your hunter score and all that other stuff. Look, maybe I just want to shoot some stuff while I'm on the road and I don't have an internet connection. I'd like to be able to play that game. And stats, you know, I'm not really worried about. Just want to pew some stuff. Can't do it. Gotta have an internet connection. At least you can play Farm Sim offline. That's one good thing. Of course, Steam hates when you do that, because they can't update to the cloud. And the next day you get a nasty note from them going, you know, just so you know, we couldn't update this to the cloud the last time you launched it. Yeah, I kind of know that. What else can't you play offline? Probably 90% of the games I have, I cannot play offline. Which is just stupid. Especially some of the titles. I understand like games where you're playing multiplayer on it, you know. You got to be able to connect to the internet for that. But single player games, you shouldn't have to connect to the internet for. Alright. Alright. So we keep on doing this. We're over the magic mark, so we now have enough money to buy Field 1 and make it ours. Which what I could do is go ahead and purchase it, and while I'm doing all this I could set up some plowing going on. But I've only got a little bit more time left in the day. So I think we will hold off. We're coming up on 6 o'clock now, so, and I don't like working past 8. So I think I'll just work a little bit more with this guy, get him loaded up, get the BGA completely done. And then we'll come back with day 3 and we will get the fields purchased. Alright. This thing's almost out of gas. And I don't... Oh, there is a fuel thing over here. That's good. That's good. I can get fuel here. I was about to say, I don't want to have to load this thing up just to go get fuel. But there is fuel here on site. What I may end up doing is to save myself a little bit of time. I don't know, this guy may end up staying over here. I might end up purchasing another one maybe. Might put one here and one over at the main farm. I was going to say I might load this one up and take it down to the beef farm and move all that silage in the beef farm with this to save me a little bit of time. But I could just as well just buy another one, put it at the main farm, leave this one over here. Boy, we're wearing this little run out, aren't we? Dial my time back so I don't lose as much. Alright, so I think we're getting close to time on this video. And I think what I will do is go ahead and find a point here where we'll come to a stop. And what we'll do in our next video is this. We'll, again, I don't want to do stuff off camera, and, you know, I think some of you guys enjoy seeing the numbers come in on the BGA here, as well as the catch all the actual work. So I think what we'll do is I'll fill this thing on up, and then we'll call it a day. When we come back, we'll do the orange orchard, and we'll do a little bit more shovel work on this, and then we'll go into day 3, purchase field 1, and we'll start the planting process on that, as well as some other stuff. Sounds like a good thing for a live stream. It really does. So now I'm starting to think about a live stream again. Wouldn't shock me to do one, but we'll just see. It all depends on how I feel. But I plan on certainly doing one Wednesday night. We'll certainly do a live stream Wednesday night, and that'll be Sosnovka. When we do that. So much stuff to do on this farm, though. So much to do. Can keep on doing all of this, and this is the point where this gets to where it'd be a good multiplayer thing, you know, because you've got BGA going, you got plowing going, you got other things to attend to. It's really cool to see how far Landy's Chillington map has come. Getting quite a bit done over there with everybody working on that farm. Done quite a bit. Alright, so we're gonna call it quits at 1.9 million, and we'll pack this thing up for a little while, and we will return. When we return, we'll be working on clearing this lawn up and getting it done, as well as you know, like I said, the orange orchard, and this are the last things we have to do for day 2, and then we will move on forward to purchasing field 1 on day 3. So that's where we're at. Thanks for watching, guys. Hope you've enjoyed the video today, and we will continue on definitely tomorrow. And like I said, follow me on Twitter if you're not already. That way, if I do decide to do a live stream, I will tweet it out for you and let you know when that's going to happen. That's the best way to know, because YouTube is not necessarily sending out the notifications to let you know when somebody's live streaming. So make sure you follow me on Twitter. Like I said, I'll give you guys at least 30 minutes to an hour heads up notice before a live stream on there, and then yeah, and then we'll go do it. And but it's a possibility I'll do one tonight, but it's not guaranteed. Again, it's all how I feel, but Wednesday night is a guarantee. So, and Wednesday night we will begin the contest, the giveaways, and start going there. I don't want to call them contests; they're just giveaways. So, all right, take it easy. Have a great day. If you like the video, make sure you give me a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel if you like this channel and you want to see more content. I do a new broadcast or a new video each day, so make sure you subscribe for it. Thanks again, everybody. Take it easy. Have a great day, and I will see you in the next video. Bye-bye.